YouTube, Autumn Beckman here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today I have some Speedies to show you. The Louis Vuitton Speedy is one of the most popular handbags from Louis Vuitton, and the Speedy 25 is the first handbag they ever made. It was requested or made for, I think she requested it, Audrey Hepburn, and it was designed from the Keepall, their duffel bag. It's just a miniature version of that. So these bags come in different sizes. I have 3 of them for you. I have the 25. These are measured across this way, so 25 centimeters. I have the Speedy 30, which I think is the most popular size, at least in America, with the 25 probably a close second. And I have the Speedy 35 to show you. This is a very vintage bag, as you can see, and it looks crumpled up, but once you put stuff in it, it's not. I want to do this comparison for you because I see a lot of people on the Louis Vuitton Facebook group, and I've had questions on some of my videos. People wonder which size to get, which size is best for them, and most people wonder whether they should get the 25 or the 30, but some people also wonder about the 30 versus the 35. So I'm doing this video to help you decide if you are wondering the same thing. What I'll do is start with dimensions of each of the bags, and then I'll show you what fits in them. Otherwise, they're pretty much the same. And actually, I'll give you the dimensions and then show you the inside of the 25 because it has the lightest interior. It'll be easy to see. The bags are all identical other than size. So I'll put everything, all my SLGs and things in the bags to show you what fits in the 25, and then move all that to the other bags to show you what extra space there is. Okay, let's start with the dimensions. The Speedy 25, and mine is in the Damier Azur. And if you're not familiar with the canvas patterns, these bags are canvas with leather trim. The 30 that I have is the Damier Ebene, and the Damier means checkerboard in French, and Azur is blue. Is it blue, I think? And then Ebene is brown, and then this is the classic Louis Vuitton monogram print that is most familiar to most people. So with the 25, this bag measures approximately 10 inches across, about 5.5 inches wide, and I measure from the top to bottom here. The height is 7 inches. On the Speedies, I always give you a second measurement, and that's from the bottom corner to where it starts to curve. On the 25, that's about 4.5 inches. The reason I give you that measurement is because a lot of people like to put an organizer in these bags, because if you don't have one, the bag tends to sag at the bottom like that. Some people don't like that. So if you have an organizer, which also makes it easier to find things, because these bags are also called the black hole, it gets difficult to find things in them. You might want to have an organizer. You wouldn't want to have an organizer that has sides that go higher than that curve, because then it would kind of fall in on itself. So those are the dimensions for the 25. The Speedy 30 is 12 inches across. The depth is 6.5 inches. The total height is about 8 inches, and the height for an organizer is about 5 inches. The Speedy 35 is about 14 inches across. It's about 7 inches deep. The total height is about 9 inches, and the height for an organizer would be about 6 inches. Okay, let's show you the inside of the Speedy. This is the 25, and I'm showing you the lightest color because it'll be easiest to see inside. So it's just one big open compartment. There are no dividers. There is a pocket. It's a flat pocket on one side. Looks like this. It looks the same in all of the different styles, or the different sizes. Inside the pocket, this is an older bag, so this one has a shiny coating. The newer ones aren't going to have that. What you want to be careful with if you buy a pre-loved bag that has the shiny coating is make sure that you get pictures of the inside of that pocket, because you don't want to get one that has peeling. Some of them have started to peel, and people have taken the coating off, just peeled it off completely. I've never had a bag where there was peeling, so I don't know how difficult it is to take that peeling out, or to take the coating out. If you want to take your chances with that, go for it. You can find some where they have been peeled all the way. Those are fine to get, or ones that don't have the coating at all, or ones that are in good shape like this. Just want to make you aware of that. Opposite the flap, there is a D-ring on one of the interior chaps there. Otherwise, there is nothing else in the bag. The lining is attached to the bag. It's basically just the other side of the coated canvas, so it does not pull out separately. The seams look like that, so they have bias tape, I think that's what that's called, over the seams there to cover that up and make it neater. On the outside of the bag, you have the two handles. On one side, you have a tab that says Louis Vuitton Paris, and if it's made in France, it'll say made in France. Some will say made in USA. There might be some that are made in Spain or a few other countries. A lot of people don't know this. On the back side of this flap, there is a tiny number. Can you see that number right there? It says 25. So that shows you the size of the bag. Now sometimes if you're getting a pre-loved bag and it's an older bag especially, you're not going to be able to see that because it'll be worn off. On this one, this bag came from Japan and somebody wrote something on there. By the way, if any of you know what that says, I'd love to know. I don't know if it's somebody's initials or their name, or I don't know. But you can't see the 35 there anymore. So just be aware of that. Just because it doesn't have that doesn't mean that it's fake or something. And then on some of the older bags, the tab will look a little bit different. Like this one just says Louis Vuitton. It doesn't have the made in, because on this particular one, the made in stamp, and this is going to be hard to see, but the made in stamp is, I don't know if you can see the writing right there where my finger is. It's on the leather there imprinted. It's probably not visible, but it says made in France right there. So be aware of that with older bags. And this bag, the date codes, by the way, are going to be underneath the flap. And typically they're on this side. Grace in her handbag showed an authentic bag once where the date code was on the opposite tab. But here's the date code on this one. Yeah, this bag was made in 1990. So it's almost 30 years old. That's why it looks like this. So on the outside of the bag, you have that tab. On the other side, you have this tab with a hole in it, and then the zipper pull with the hole in it. If you don't know what that's for, these bags, when you buy them new, they come with a lock and key. You can put your lock through those two holes and lock the bag so that nobody can unzip it unless you have the key to undo it. A lot of people will wear their lock on this little loop just by itself and not attach the zipper pull, but what that tends to do, as you can see here, is stretch that hole out. You can see how it's a little bit more oval than circular. So personally, I don't do that with my bags. Some people have started wearing them on these rings instead, so they still have the lock on the bag, but it doesn't pull out the leather part. The bags have two handles, and these pieces here are called chaps. These are rolled handles, and they have this glazing on them and the stitching, and that's how it looks there. I like to hang bag charms on mine, and sometimes I'll hang a luggage tag from that hole with a little clip on it because that's not heavy. It won't stretch that hole out. It's one continuous piece here, no seams, which is why on one side of the bag Louis Vuitton is upright and on the other side it's upside down. Let me show you the monogram piece too. So you see the LVs are upright on this side, and over here they're upside down. So if you see something that has upside down LVs on one side, that's a good sign. And that's another thing to keep in mind. If you're going pre-loved on your Speedy, then make sure that you're getting one that's authenticated and one that you can return if you find out that it's not real. Once you get it, send pictures off to one of the authentication companies. I'll link them below. There's Authenticate First and ProAuthenticators, and have them authenticate it, even if you bought from a reputable reseller that says that they authenticate, because these are some of the most replicated bags and you don't want to pay a lot of money and get a fake. Besides that one piece of canvas that wraps all the way around, you have these two pieces on the ends, and you have piping that goes around the sides there. Okay, let's get into what fits in these bags. So like I said, I'll show you what fits in my Speedy 25 first. I'm curious if the Agenda MM will fit in here. It looks like it will, but the Speedy 25, one of the complaints about this bag is the opening is really small. So I know this will fit in the bag, but if I can get it through this way is another question. So just barely. I think it's a lot easier to put it in that way, and it can fit there. I've got my toiletry 15 and my mini pochette and my Sarah wallet. This is the last of the 3 Speedies that I purchased, and I've been surprised at how much it fits. My Chanel coin or card case. And let me show you what I have in here so far and how this looks. So it looks like that. Those pieces have taken up the width of the bag or the depth of the bag there. And then my Chanel piece is on the end. If I take the Chanel piece out, I'm going to try to show you how much room is still at the top of the bag there. So when I put the Chanel piece in, it's a little hard to see. There's still a little bit of space down there, but that's all I have to put in here that'll fit. I have this Toy Birch cosmetic, but that won't fit unless I put it on top, and I don't want to do that. I do have my 2 sunglasses that I carry with me. One's reading glasses, one's sunglasses. So those I just have to lay on top. And then I usually carry a scarf, and I think I can maybe still fit that in here, but that is pretty stuffed. So if you look at that, I mean, that is stuffed to the brim. Let's see if I can get this zipped without the zipper being too wonky. And I have to push the scarf down while I'm zipping it up. But there it is. That is totally packed. Okay, so if I unzip it, that scarf is right there. So I probably wouldn't carry the scarf unless I really felt like I needed it. But there it is with the sunglasses and stuff on top. Now let me take all this out, put everything in the 30 and show you what fits in there and what space is left. And by the way, my Agenda GM will definitely not fit in this bag. It's about the same size as the bag, so that would not fit. It will, however, fit in my 30, and I can get it right in there like this, but of course it's always easier to put the thinner end in first and then lay it down. Okay, here's everything. This time I have the GM Agenda down there, and I was able to fit everything else in the bag. I'll show you this way. So GM Agenda, everything else in there, and the bottom is totally full. My Chanel card case, I had to stand up on the end instead of laying it down, and I also have that Tory Birch cosmetic there. There's still room on the top. The GM Agenda goes up to about here. Everything else goes to about here. So I do still have room to get my scarf in there very comfortably. So that's what that looks like. So I just have to take the scarf out or move it over to get in there. And that's easy to zip up. And that's everything that I carry with me. This is super heavy right now because of that GM Agenda. That thing adds a lot of weight. So obviously, if all this fits in the 30, it'll all fit in the 35. Okay, here's everything in the 35. And you can see there's still room down in that corner there for more stuff. Turn it over. So I have the GM Agenda and all that other stuff. Here's my scarf. I could just stuff my scarf in that corner, actually. So all that stuff is in there, and there's still all that room. So there's a ton of room left in this bag. I mean, I could throw a sweater in there, a pair of shoes, a hat, who knows what else. You can fit a lot more in there. One of the things about the 35, I always thought that that would be an enormous bag because the 30 is already, well, the 30 for me is about the size of a handbag. I don't think it's that huge. But the 35 seemed huge until I saw one in person. A friend of mine, Tiana, she had a 35 that I got to see in person, and it's really not that much bigger in person than the 30. There they are side by side. And did I do a side by side of the 25 and the 30? So there's the 25 and the 30. but the 35 holds a ton more. The 35 is probably most comparable to the Neverfull as far as how much it can fit in it. Yeah, I could throw my Neverfull pochette in here easily. I could even put my Agenda NM, and there's still room in there for other things. So it holds a ton. That's all I have for you for the Speedy 25, 30, 35 comparison. I hope that was helpful. If you're wondering which one to get, I hope this helps you decide. Please let me know if you have any more questions. Put those in the comments below. And if you have one of these bags and I missed something or anything else you want to say about them, go for it in the comments section. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and click that bell notification icon to be notified when I post a new video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. Bye.